Which one is that? I noticed the monster logo on the radar. This nigga had Captain Swag. So this was like last week? This hold up, I gotta fix my. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't listened to this song yet, bro. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, niggas be lying. Where the fuck is the settings, bro? I can't. Did it? Serious something. My fault. My fault, bro. Gotta hide this fucking. Come on, Gabe P. Come on, Gabe P. I'm trying to. Uh, I gotta comment. On the radar radio advertisement on the radar, bro. Like, this shit was tough. This shit was tough. So tough. I can't sub again, bro. I can't be subbing to on the radar on multiple accounts. Uh, uh.
Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any behaviors, actions,
I
or
can't
products
see
in this
my
video. All videos are produced and carried out in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any of the actions performed during the video.
Wait, are you on? Oh, are you on record, bro? No, I've seen him. I just don't remember the white dude, bro. Cause that's my boy. Not the white dude. Not the white dude. No offense to the white dude. He's probably so chill. He obviously is, bro. He's friends with Ludo, bro. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. I might just hop on Marathon now. But I am not playing solos. I'm a text, yeah. Did I? Bro. Who is that white nigga? Is he not the producer?
Actions are performed
Who's
by
the producer? Now I gotta pull it back up, bro.
Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of
On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Nigga. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. On the this nigga don't be fucking tagging niggas in the description. What the fuck is the point of this shit? Oh. No, I did know this though. I knew he know niggas wasn't paying. But this could be a cap. Not for this one. You know. I think his most popular one is the
Chat, what up, man?
Central C Drake.
What up? I realize I ain't been telling y'all to thumbs up this video in the beginning of my videos, man. I gotta remind y'all, you know, you gotta give a call to action sometime to remind the gang, you feel me? I remember I was showing y'all like the Tiger Strike ones at the end of the last video, but there was a lot going on in there or whatever, but it was cool to at least see that. I forgot, it was another spot, this girl was telling me about this other spot that's kind of like a department store, but I forgot the name of it right now, but I did see these like leopard slip-ons from Golden Goose in there though. I did see that in there, and I low-key want them joints.
These are the first Golden Gooses I've seen that weren't just beat. Oh, these are Vans. I could still be wrong. Nope, dude, these are Vans. This shit's had. Oh.
The next.
This gotta be fake, right? Why is Ben the Don?
Yo, it's that word, it's Lotto, and we. Hey.
Why?
Yo. Hey man, we ain't been with Lyrical Lemonade, man. D-O-double-N. Once again, man, this shit strictly for the players, for real.
It has 3 ends. What do you mean double in?
Know what I'm saying? Hey, look, these niggas hate me, but they ain't never gonna stop watching me.
I keep back on this video, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This video, I do not encourage or condone any behavior.
6、7包要好一点的，就是中档的，还有就是低档的。
637。
637。
哎，
给一个送我一个送一个打火机吧。好的，谢谢。好，我。For dinner, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm from out of town. My friends want to smoke these cigarettes, so they want to try Chinese cigarettes, so I'm getting them the cigarettes, so I gotta walk away from them and smoke these cigarettes, or else they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, they gave me a free 打火机. They gave me a free lighter too, since I spent
Why did
money
you say it
at their store.
like that?
All right, let's find a place where I can smoke these. See, the thing about China is,
Oh, so she's speaking.
Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before.
so I gotta walk away from
They
them
give her a free
and smoke these cigarettes, or else they're gonna be like, what the fuck?
That is what
oh,
she
they gave me
said.
a free 打火机. They gave me a free lighter too.
That is what
since
she
I
said.
spent dumb money at their store. All right, let's find a place where I can smoke these.
Yo, her.
See,
What?
the thing about China is, you can't just
Color eyes is that?
smoke anywhere because it's rude. Gonna find a place where I'm semi-isolated and just
In
pop a
America.
spot. Okay,
Smoke
it's a
anywhere.
little sus, but I feel like that little corner right there is a good corner to smoke cigarettes.
I feel like that corner
Okay,
was in the States, you would get robbed there.
okay. There's police everywhere though. I don't wonder if they're going to. I think it should be okay. All right, I'm gonna go smoke on the side of that building. All right, let's do this.
You got so
Alright.
happy to say lighter in
Oh my god.
Mandarin.
All right, this is where I'm smoking right here. Okay.
Is that Vivian?
I don't
That's
have
Vivian
I don't have a stand for this
Westwood.
camera. So, all right. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay. $700 worth of cigarettes.
How do you even do
I'm just
that?
gonna go one by one and smoke.
Oh, they
these all.
was
I hope I don't get-
taxing her.
Smoke these all. Okay. He said these were the most popular. I don't know if he was bullshitting me, but
He was
I told him
taxing
to
her.
recommend me high tier.
How do you even pay $700 for cigarettes? Because I know it wasn't like 700.
Middle
Whatever
tier and low
currency.
tier. I actually don't know the
is
know
it?
the tier these are.
That's all she got?
So I will judge for myself.
Oh, there's more?
First one is Xiongmao. This is the most expensive. This is 120 RMB.
But I have
Try
to
it
go
out.
back.
Ooh.
Please adhere to YouTube's.
There's no way she spent $700 on
Okay.
cigarettes.
我选几个品牌，哪个
How do
品
you
牌
even
好？
do that?
这是
贵的好啊，
贵的好是不是？
熊猫好，
哪个熊猫？这个熊猫，好，要一个熊猫。
120的，
120行，没关系。最贵的是什么？
这个熊猫，
熊猫是
还有这个，
还要好一点的。我要选6、7个，你帮6、7个，你帮我选吧。
六七包对吧？
对，6、7包要好一点的，就是中档的，还有就是低档的。
637。
637，
哎，
给一个
那个
送我一个送一个
I
打火
need
机吧。好
subtitles.
的，谢谢。好，我啊，
不是，
这是给我朋友的。1、2、3、4、5、
I'm not fluent enough. If I said anything besides lighter in Mandarin, it would be racist.
中国耶，对，对
Or
对，
perceived
是
as.
700好像。
We have Jack Daniels? Why would they need Jack Daniels in China? But that shit sucks.
所以就不找了，是不是？好，好，好。对。
Jim Beam, Jack. Absolute.
对对，这是700好像。
Yo, how did she even
好，
spend
那再
that
买一
much?
包就可以，所以就不找了，是不是？好，好，好，好，谢谢哦。好，拜拜。好的。All right, I got it. I spent 700 RMB in cigarettes, which is about, which is about 100. Oh, 不好意思啊 which is about 100 USD. So I bought 100 USD of cigarettes.
Okay.
The
100
chips are nice and bright.
USD.
These kind of look expensive.
Cigarette. Taste test. I should do that.
Oh, these are nice and smooth. These are really smooth. No throat feel at all.
I can't tell if she smoked cigarettes or not. I would do this and not smoke cigarettes.
A lot of smoke that comes out too. These feel really filtered. I don't know if it's because they told me it was expensive, but this tastes expensive. I like it. All right, next one. These are Nevias. These are flavored cigarettes right here. All right.
I would do
Let's
that
try
with
this.
my
There's a
cigarette.
little popping thing that you pop in the middle right here.
It's not on. The lighter's not on, ma'am.
You pop this right here. I'm gonna pop the bead right here.
Ooh.
It tastes like grape. I like these. These are my favorite. These are my go-to cigarettes.
Grape
But they're not expensive
cigarette?
at all. I like these. Okay, these. Okay, the panda ones.
Yo, how
I
is
gave
she
a-
going through? What the fuck?
Is he yelling at me?
No!
These I give a 8.8 out of 10. And these right here, I like these. I give these a 9.2 out of 10. Okay, now these are the gold ones. I think these are expensive
And I
too.
gotta run that back, bro.
Okay, these, okay, the panda ones I gave a, I give, was he yelling at me? Alright, these I give
She's
a
so
8.8 out of 10.
giddy.
And these right here, I like these. I give these a 9.2 out of 10. Okay, now these are the gold ones. I think these are expensive too. These look expensive. I don't know what pay this is. Ooh, how do you, oh, oh look, these open like this. Oh, I think these are the fancy ones, look. This is what you offer businessmen after you have a business meeting and you want them to invest money in your company. This is how you show them you mean business. And they're also thin.
Yep, that's how you know they're nice. 50% less cigarette for 50% more money.
I think I like these because of the, I think I like these because they're thin. And also these are pretty smooth too. I also like the packaging. I don't feel like they're not like super different, but with the packaging, I give these a 8.2.
What would I look up to get these? Oh, it's a pack of Tonghua cigarettes. I found it. It's on Amazon. 3.8 star. Oh, they be selling rep, bro. Niggas selling rep
I also like the
cigarettes,
packaging.
bro.
I don't feel like they're not like super different,
They
but
got the
with the
hologram
packaging, I give these
sticker.
a 8.2. Okay, so it started raining, so I had to pack up the cigarettes and head to my next destination. We are going to Yuyuan Gardens now, and we're gonna take the subway. All right, I'm at Yuyuan Garden. It stopped raining, so I guess now is as good as time as any to finish my cigarette review. Instead of squatting, now I'm sitting down, and hopefully I see someone else smoking here, so I think I can smoke here, but I'm
don't
not sure.
think so.
But there's no
That dude is probably a menace.
one really sitting around me, so I think I should be fine. I have no phone stand, so unfortunately I'm just gonna have to hold it like this. All right, we have 6 more packs of cigarettes to go. We got these.
Damn.
I don't know what kind of cigarettes these are. I feel like these are the cheap ones.
She has 6
'Cause, I don't
packs
know,
of
it just looks kinda
cigs to
cheap.
go.
Wait. Yeah, I don't know. These kind of do look cheap. It would really come in handy for people to read Chinese right now. All right, yellow box.
That's the realest shit I've ever heard, bro.
Ooh, there's gold wrapper. Maybe it is expensive. The gold makes it look luxurious. Oh, I think this
Yo, this is like a mystery box.
is expensive.
If you can't read it, and isn't it Mandarin?
Because look how bright the filter is. And it's very ornate. Alright, let's try it out.
Hold up. I found a carton. It's not telling me the price. Tobacco smoke can harm your children. No shit.
Ooh, these are harsh.
They look cheap. You could tell by the ring. The ring right there. It's like different color. That other shit's not even a filter. That's just
I
like
don't really like these.
not.
These are a little bit more harsh. Alright, 5.9 out of 10. And these right here, the blue kind, these also look expensive. There's something about Chinese cigarette packs that just look expensive. Also, maybe the guy who sold me these cigarettes sold me all expensive ones so he could make more money. Ooh.
Yep.
This is what they look like. I like the blue.
No.
The blue is nice.
$100
I
for
like
all
these.
of
Look at
these
these.
cigarettes? That's a steal.
I like the blue filters. I like how they look.
That's a steal. I wouldn't even know how to get up on that many cigarettes at that price.
Look, I feel like my friend Emmy would love these. Her favorite color is blue and her hair is blue.
That's so wholesome. This is such a wholesome cigarette review video.
You smoke pretty well. I don't know.
The title says "Don't do it," and she just smacked her lips after hitting that cigarette. Right?
I don't know if it's because it's a cigarette slim, and the filter is quite long, so I feel like it's smooth. 7.4 out of 10. Quite long, so I feel like it's smooth.
Ooh.
7. A cigarette slim, and the filter is quite long, so I feel like it's smooth. 7.4 out of 10.
That's how I would do it.
These right here, a silver
That's how
cap.
I would pull a
I feel
cigarette.
like I saw. This is what they look like inside. Oh, okay. They're red. These probably are not as good. I have a feeling these are like the low to mid tier ones. Oh god, these are bad. These are really bad.
Relative to what?
Oh, these are really harsh. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. I'm not even gonna take a second drag. Okay, those are definitely. If you told me that those are the high class cigarettes, there's no fucking way. Tasted like car emission. This is a
Just it tastes like fucking
1.8 Out of 10. How many more? Oh god, how many more? Oh god. Okay, not bad. 3 more. 3 more. Okay, just 3 more. 3 more.
This is me. This is me during the cigarette review. I'm like, bro, I can't do it no more, buddy. I should do one of these. Wait.
Drags. Next up is this. It has a like a galaxy or something on the box. Zhongnanhai. I feel like these are probably like a low tier cigarette. Let's try it. Oh, this says orange and menthol. So these are flavored cigarettes. Orange menthol cigarettes. Ooh, these look fun. Perhaps market. Ooh, it smells fruity. It smells like a. It smells like a It smells like a Flintstone vitamin. Oh, I'm excited about these.
Why did I say that?
Oh my god, my hands are shaking.
Fuck. You can't pay to get on the radar. I was really just like, yo, I should get on the radar. That.
Oh god, my hands are shaking. I'm getting nicotine
How do
poisoning.
I get on?
I'm cooked.
Yo, wait. How short of a time did she film this video? And did she smoke those cigarettes?
Alright. Alright, so the orange and menthol cigarette.
Is this the female Jacob Jones? Does she stream?
Let's try these. Oh my god, my hands are fucking shaking.
Yo, if I did an IRL stream and I smoked cigarettes and it lagged, I'll be so pissed.
Is there a popping bubble here? Oh no, no popping bubble. But it tastes like.
She
It does
loves
taste orangey.
this cigarette.
Oh, okay. The flavor's on the tip, because when you lick your lips, you taste the orange. So it's not exactly in the cigarette. It's like in the tip. I like these. These taste good. Not super orangey, not super
wrong
sweet,
button.
but they're.
It's where?
I like these. These taste good. Not super orangey, not super sweet, but they're yeah, they're good. I give these a, they're okay, but they're a little bit harsh. I give these a 6.1.
Oh,
I'm gonna fucking
he
die.
doesn't fuck with that.
All right, these are a red pack. I don't know if these are good or not.
Dude, niggas who smoke cigarettes be powering through it. Like, you feel like you're gonna die. And you're just chiefing that bitch.
It says Shanghai tobacco.
Chiefing that
The red
bitch.
ones tend to be good, so I feel like these are probably good. The most flat. Oh, there's the pearl towel right there. Oh my god, this is perfect. This is a perfect angle. I mean, bad angle of me, but really good for
You smoke weed, you don't feel like you're gonna die until, like, you stop smoking. Cigarettes, you just feel like you're gonna die. Just the part of the good part, I guess.
Fengjing. Really good for background, if I do say so myself. Oh, gold inside.
They all taste like car emissions.
Gold is usually a good sign.
I should smoke a cigarette
Again, slim cigarettes.
one day.
All right. This is what it looks like. These are good. Not too harsh.
I feel like this is how Clav be microdosing his amphetamine.
But they taste kind of shitty. Like, it tastes like very tobacco-y. 6.1.
Looks American.
What's the last pack? The last pack is these. Ooh.
You don't
These are
got like
giving
Marlboro
Vaporwave.
Red.
They're giving Vaporwave. They're giving kind of Tron. Okay, let's try these. These are the last ones. Ooh, I like the filter.
This
Look
is
at
the
filter.
generation that fucked
Very
the
cool.
vaporwave.
Very cool filter. You know, Chinese cigarettes aesthetically I feel like are so much better than American cigarettes. This is probably because of the regulation though. In America, you can't make them look too, you know, appetizing, which is probably a good thing to be honest.
She burnt the fuck out of it. It canoed. Do people care about? People who smoke cigarettes just don't even care. They just try to smoke a cigarette. She doesn't smoke cigarettes. Do people do that? Like, yo, you just canoed the fuck out of my cigarette. You're never getting out of my box again.
These are okay. Nothing great about these. The thing that I like best is probably... Oh, this burns really weird. Look how weird this burns. These are just okay. 4.9 out of 10. All right, I guess that's it.
I feel like that's high.
Holy moly, all right.
A 4.9?
Well, go lay my head somewhere. But yep, that concludes our
You smoke a cigarette, you just feel like laying down on the sidewalk, bro.
cigarette review. I'm glad
This is why we have so many homeless people, bro.
I
They
tried
just
them.
everyone just smoking
If you go to
cigarettes.
China, you know,
I would lay my ass down right next to Bank of America too if I smoked cigarettes.
don't start smoking cigarettes. But if you already smoke cigarettes, I would maybe recommend, you know, trying a couple brands. Oh, another thing is there's no Surgeon General warning on here. So you truly, you know.
Is it safe?
They don't exactly discourage smoking in China. Again,
No, that
as I
pack. Oh, on all of them?
said, it's part of Chinese
How do they not have homeless people, bro? I would lay my ass down right on the sidewalk.
culture. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Hold on. Let me pregame. I just bit right on the highway. Are you telling your brother you ain't talking about none? How you turn on your brother you ain't talking about none? But my mom might go grab my gun. She's just a girl, she just want to have. For commitment. Get the fucking play, just like Megatron. And then here, I know, that little nigga, I believe in God, bitch. I got niggas trying to keep my feelings in on my shit. I'm happy. I'll be on that hot shit. Little pop shit. I got a whole lot of motherfuckers shit that better. Come here, yeah, and I'm gonna sound like Roxy. It'll all be over. If you pay, I'm gonna let that shit. It'll all be over. If you pay, I'm gonna let that shit. How you turn on your brothers, you ain't talking about nothing. How you turn on your brothers, you ain't talking about nothing. I'm paid by my mom, I might go grab my gun. I know she's just a girl, she just wanna have fun. Yeah, I need. I'm a whole lot of weed. They like bird boxes. Could have got you bold. But yeah, I'm fighting. Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive. Guys, you know, it's fine. I need a pilot. I'm tired of driving. I'm a fucking styling. You need a dialing. And my mama told me, oh, darling, you got my eyes right behind my eyelids. I'm about to race, I might just cop an island. Nobody said he wanted me. You don't know me. So I cannot drop it. Hmm. Okay.
The voice you hear while you are speaking and the voice you recorded are different. The reason is they are vibrating in different media. The one you hear while you are speaking is vibrating in your head, and the recorded one is vibrating in the air. Which is the voice that others recognize you by? The recorded one. So to improve your voice and know what impression your voice has on others, record your voice and listen back.
No. Thank you.
If I keep on speaking in this way, what impression will you have? How long do you think you can stand listening to me? Do you feel comfortable physically? No.
What?
There are two reasons made that voice. Number one, tension.
Oh.
If you sound like this, you create physical discomfort in others, followed by
Imagine the whole stream like, yeah, I gotta have a marathon like this.
Mental and emotional. Reminded you of your ex-boss.
Oh.
Now this voice also reflects your own tension. The tension can come from stress and even your personality. The second reason, lack of full resonance. If you sound like this, your voice gets stuck here, which made you a talking head. You may not have the extreme case as my clients. When you listen to your voice, you may find that it is very thin, one-dimensional, lack of fullness and depth. To work on your voice so that you can draw people in instead of pushing them away. Take note on these two key areas. Number one, relax. You may be wondering, who do not know how to relax? Well, to relax means to release the unnecessary tension. Sometimes you have tension you don't even know. One of the best ways to release the tension is through
I wasn't prepared. Yo, this broke nigga keep the videos. want to sound like a little Dirk.
Proper breathing. And number 2, have full resonance in your whole body, not just here. One simple exercise you can do is to take a sigh. The next time when you feel stressed, tensed up, take a sigh before you speak. How to take a sigh? Try it and let me know how it goes. If you would like to work on your voice so that you can draw people in instead of pushing them away, check out our voice programs and see if it will make sense for us to.
Oh my god, the course method, bro.
What is voice gravitas?
How'd the mic get worse?
Well, that is the X factor in your voice. So that determines whether people will trust you the moment you start to speak. So a lot of my clients, they also said, oh, when Morgan Freeman
she
speaks.
been running up the voice.
And you said something that was quite interesting.
I thought it was 13 years experience in living a joyful life.
Is trying to adapt into the situation. So for example, if someone is going through really, really dark times.
Where's where's
pitch black, you're in the bottom.
Where's
Oh my
Cynthia?
gosh, what can I do? What is your tip? Like what's
I told you I gotta do 1,000 different things, man. I'm trying to catch my show tonight. But that's last on the list. Right now, my priorities is getting you to school. That's one. And then I gotta fly back home, get dressed, ready to go to work. I gotta clock in early because I'm putting in overtime. What's that, the mail? They dropped that mail off? Let me see that. What is it? Is it important? You ain't even checked the mail. What's wrong with you? I'm gonna stay 2 hours late. And then I'm gonna pick you up from school after you get from home from the after school program. And then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna finish these chores, do these dishes. I'm gonna make y'all some food. What kind of food you want? Didn't I just tell you I worked a double today? So why you ain't take the mail? Go throw that chicken out.
Yo, buddy,
You're not gonna keep beating me, bro. How many
oh my god, bro.
Come on, though. This is a couple hours, 4 hours on the same boss. God damn. I can't cook, nigga. I don't make nothing. Like, even the food that you gotta put in the oven out the box, like from the frozen joints, I can't even make that. Not too much. I'd rather do DoorDash. It's hard for me growing up, bro, because all I remember is my kid times. So it's like, but I don't want to make my own food, dog. And I don't want to go food shopping. But my mom used to do that, though. My mom really used to go food shopping. She used to cook and all that, dog. I don't know how motherfuckers used to do that back in the day. Now, look at where we at. So you mean to tell me I gotta go to work, feed myself somehow, bathe, do this, exercise, motherfucker. You want me to be healthy, do all of this, go get my own food, make my own food, everything, and then go on and live a happy life while having my me time? My game time? Where the fuck did all that come in, dog? Movies, Netflix, the new shit that be dropping, the content that's out there. To keep watching, dog. Where my shit at?
Us is crazy. 30's the new 20. Other way around, buddy. Hmm.
of hope if you know what to look for. There is a genius to school pizza that I
a sign of hope.
think largely goes unnoticed. In this video, I'm going to break this down into 3 different components that will hopefully change the way you think about this rectangular slice of nostalgia forever. The first component is cheese. More specifically, it is understanding how and why we consume so much of it here in America. So let's wind the clock back over 100 years to 1912, where a 38-year-old cheese peddler in Chicago was rolling from store to store with his horse-drawn carriage full of cheese. His name was James Lewis Kraft. He was in the distribution game. He would buy cheese in bulk and resell it to vendors in town who all loved the high-quality product. But there was one kind of big problem. It spoiled rather quickly. This cut into store owners' profits, and it kept many other prospective clients from placing orders in the first place. However, Mr. Kraft was quite ambitious and was eager to grow his empire. So he started experimenting, and after 3 years of tinkering with different methods to try and increase shelf life, he discovered that if you slowly melt cheese while continually stirring it, the fats and oils, they don't separate. Then you can take the now goopy, melty dairy puddle thing and pour it into sterilized jars. After the cheese-like thing would solidify and cool, he would seal the containers. This created a shelf-stable product that wouldn't spoil for a very long time. This innovation would change his life and an entire industry forever. Existing clients bought more product from him, and the people who had previously been reluctant to place orders were now buying from him in large quantities. Before long, he went from a one-man operation with a horse-drawn carriage to a full-fledged business with multiple employees and a fleet of trucks. But Kraft's budding empire frustrated his competitors. They demanded he no longer call the product cheese, and they took legal action against him. Recommendations were given for Kraft to call the product cheese-like imitation, made over, and embalmed. This legal battle resulted in the USDA stepping in, where they settled on labeling his product with the term American cheese food and American cheese product. This was the birth of what we now call processed cheese, a term Kraft himself came up with when he was filing for his 1916 US patent. While Kraft was waging battle in the courtroom, the entire planet was engaged in the First World War. Malnutrition was a huge problem for the military. So a product that had a ton of calories and was able to go a super long time without expiring was very appealing to the US government. Over the course of the war, Kraft would end up selling upwards of 6 million pounds of cheese to the armed forces. Dairy started to increase in demand, so much so that farmers all around the country started making huge changes to how they did business. Many of them started ditching other crops and animals to focus only on cows. But after the war ended, the US had all of these milk products without the same demand. Farmers were pot committed to dairy, and instead of trying to shift their focuses back to what it was like pre-war, a decision that would have required yet another massive overhaul of the agricultural infrastructure, the US government stepped in and they came up with a plan. The plan, it was to subsidize the dairy industry with federal dollars to keep the industry from collapsing, and just convince everyone to drink more milk. A lot more milk. So much milk.
Dairy, bro. And niggas still just be sucking on fucking udders, bro. Like, oh my god, milk is so nasty, bro.
Plus butter.
And I'm lactose, so this is propaganda, but like, fucking milk is disgusting.
That story is obviously an extremely oversimplified version of how the dairy industry came to dominate the American food landscape. And putting aside the politics that go into the food industry and whether or not dairy is good for you or how much of it to consume, the takeaway here is that at some point, the country needed to feed people, a lot of people, to accomplish a common goal. And one of the ways we achieved that goal was by purchasing lots of food from an entrepreneur, and then a government.
It's rations, it's not food.
Structure was built around propping up the product and the industry that produced it to make feeding everyone affordable and easy. In theory, this is a really great idea. This is ideally what government and the social servants who work for us should be doing anyway. And without it, we wouldn't have school pizza. Now it's time to move on to the second component, lunch for all. If the school cafeteria was serving pizza, and you did not bring your own lunch, you ate the same thing as everyone else, which doesn't sound profound at all.
Yo,
but it's
what the
kind of a
fuck
big
is
deal
this video?
because that's not always how things went in the cafeteria.
What is that B-roll? How did they turn white? Where'd the black kids go?
As everyone else, which doesn't sound profound at all. But it's kind of a big deal because that's not always how things went in the cafeteria.
Nah, bro.
Every child receiving this
Nigga showed the colored table and then just fucking
same lunch, regardless of their family's economic.
Nah, that was foul, bro. Where did he get that B-roll, bro? That's not his fault.
Which doesn't sound profound at all.
It was definitely like that, bro. I love that pizza so much, I may go commit a crime. Fire jail food, bro.
But it's kind of a big deal because that's not always how things went in the cafeteria. Every child receiving the same lunch, regardless of their family's economic status, that's not always been a reality. On June 4th in 1946, Harry S. Truman signed the National School Lunch Act into law. Initially, public provided school lunch was seen more like a surplus program that offloaded excess agricultural commodities to schools. Nutrition was seen as more of an afterthought. And during the first couple decades of the newly established school lunch program, there was another issue. Not all schools had the same access to these resources. This is an excerpt from the book School Lunch Politics: The Surprising History of America's Favorite Welfare Program. In 1963, according to White House aide Harry McPherson Jr., the school lunch program in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Virginia reached 62% of white children and only 26% of non-white. At the same time, McPherson estimated that fewer than 1/3 of the white children came from low-income families, while from 50 to 90% of the Negro children came from such families. In Maryland, only 1 out of 8 students in the Negro high school received school lunches as compared with 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 in the white schools.
Or no.
The basic reason for the gross inequities, McPherson admitted,
this is prejudice.
Received school lunches as compared with 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 in the white schools. The basic reason for the gross inequities, McPherson admitted, was that the program is administered as surplus food.
Why are we like word maxing just to say that this
distribution
is
activity,
food?
And the methods of administration largely ignore the question of need. If it were not for the civil rights movement and the war on poverty during the 1960s, school lunch pizza, as we know it, would not exist. Of course, we would still have pizza.
Slav vernacular will be the downfall.
Soldiers returning home from European
humanity
countries after World War II had developed a taste for it, and it was starting to appear everywhere. But when we are thinking about the genius of this iconic school lunch menu item, the fond feelings associated with it are crucial for the shared collective recall we all have. If sheet pan pizza was something you were only being served in the welfare line at school, this would trigger different feelings and possibly childhood trauma. It wouldn't be a shared nostalgia bomb, but it doesn't cause these feelings. And so much work, a ton of work, went into making sure that this was the case. I want to show you this document that was released by the National School Public Relations Association in 1972. Great links were taken by this organization, the NSPRA, and other organizations to make children not feel left out or isolated during the lunch process. On page 30 of this document, there are instructions on how to best collect money to avoid this from happening. They give educators instructions to issue identical looking tokens or tickets to all of the students, with the only differentiating factor being the nondescript code that only school authorities would know the meaning of. Then on the same page, we see what I can best describe as the school lunch commandments. The box has bold text that reads, "Thou shalt not," and then it lists out what children shall not be required to do. Article 1. Rule 1. They should not be made to work for their lunches. Rule 2. Use a separate lunchroom.
Where'd those black
Rule 3.
kids just go? 847. Where did these black kids go? They just like disappeared into the abyss, and then they just show 847.
else, which doesn't sound profound at all, but it's kind of a big deal because that's not always how things went in the cafeteria.
Where'd they go?
Every child receiving the same lunch, regardless of lunchroom. Rule 3, go through a separate serving line. Rule 4, enter the lunchroom through a separate entrance. Rule 5, eat lunch at a different time. Rule or commandment 6, eat a different lunch from the lunch sold to children, paying the full price or such a lunch. And the reason they're listing out all of these rules is because stuff like this happened all the time. There are countless stories of adults shaming kids. Children. They were shaming children who did not have adequate funds. This ranged from making students wear dunce hats to making them work off their debts by cleaning up the lunchroom after all of the other children had finished up eating. I was one of the kids that got free or reduced lunches growing up. And I know I took it for granted that I was never made to feel bad for this. I never worried about being ridiculed for getting a handout from my school district. I worried about getting ridiculed for other things, and I did. That's a different story for a different video. But I would just go into line and I would get food on my tray and I would type my little student ID into the keypad. And I was upset that my mom didn't give me money every day to buy soda and cookies, but being fed was something that I literally never worried about while at school or at home. But the fact that it took me reflecting on this many years later to
But Big Dairy gotta go, bro.
understand how amazing that this truly is a testament to
It's a money glitch, brother. Just get him. Taxes just go to Big Dairy, bro.
the impact
At the end of the day, Big Dairy gotta get paid.
of the program that would not exist in the way it does without the countless hours of work and sacrifices of an untold number of social servants, many of whom are anonymous heroes lost to the sands of time. And I don't think that I'm looking at this with rose-tinted glasses either. I know there are still an infinite number of problems to be found inside of the public school food service program. I just think having some hope and acknowledging the good work that has already been done is a good way to cultivate the motivation to continue making progress. And I think about all of that now whenever I look at school pizza. So let's now move on to the third and final component behind the genius of this lunchroom staple. While researching for this video, I spent a majority of my time trying to figure out what ingredients were used on the pizza from our shared memories. I got a wide range of answers too. Some people swore their schools used American cheese and cheddar blends, while others were adamant that mozzarella was the only cheese that was ever used. I found recipes from former lunch ladies, and I watched several copycat recipe videos. I low-key became obsessed with trying to find an answer to the question, what is the most authentic way of making school pizza? I wasted weeks of my life. That is time that I will never get back. But I eventually realized that if I were going to try to make a video claiming and defending that this rectangular slice of soggy nostalgia was actually a sign of hope and a genius innovation, I was looking in the wrong place, but I did finally find an answer. So the NSPRA document that I was reading from a second ago, that was published in 1972. This was 1 year after the USDA published the quantity recipes for type A school lunches. This collection of recipes was the first evidence that I could find of a widely distributed source that contains a recipe for sheet pan pizza. Type A school lunches were lunches that met all of the nutritional standards for children. This specific collection of recipes became the standard for the next 16 years, getting republished into another book in 1988 called Quantity Recipes for School Food
I don't think
Service, where on the first page of the book under acknowledgments, we see that this publication was superseded by the aforementioned 1971 Recipes for Type A School Lunches. This is also the recipe that Max Miller used in his viral pizza video, and it is the most commonly cited source for the recipes I saw online. But this still doesn't explain why there's so many different variations of the recipe, like this one that I found on a blog post from thegoodheartedwoman.com. Renee, the owner of the website, writes about her life growing up in the 70s. She tells her readers that her parents both worked, so she didn't get packed lunches from home. Instead, she ate school lunch until she was old enough to pack her own food before leaving home. She says that the meals weren't exactly memorable, but every now and then they were truly great, with pizza being one of those meals. However, her recipe calls for a cheese blend using medium cheddar, mozzarella, and processed American cheese. This pursuit was driving me crazy. I kept finding different answers for the kind of cheese that went on to school pizza. But for some reason, I was like so like obsessed, and I thought that this specific kind of cheese was going to be one of the components for this video. But I was getting ready to find out I was so wrong. I emailed Renee and I got no response. And then after a few days, I went back to the website and I saw that her and her husband owned an Airbnb, so I called their business like a maniac. And as the phone rang, I got a little nervous. But when she answered, I explained to her what I was doing, and then after what I'm sure was a very long and awkward interaction, she talked to me about how she came up with a recipe on her website.
So I just took the recipe, scaled it down, and then cheese is just, you know, I did some experimenting to get that. There's a certain flavor that government cheese had back in the 70s, and so I just put together a mix, and that's where all that came from.
Do you know for sure if government cheese was used on school pizza then, or when you're trying to like piece together the recipe, you're like, you have memories of government cheese being everywhere?
No, I do not know.
Okay.
I could not swear in a courtroom, but I can say that it tasted exactly like
Dasani water sucks. Dasani is so trash.
the cheese we had at camp, which
It's like thick.
I can swear was government cheese.
After our conversation, it finally occurred to me that the exact cheese and toppings used were of no consequence, at least as it pertains to understanding why we all have this shared, collective, mostly feel-good nostalgia for school lunch pizza. The quantity lunch recipe books that you see online that were given to schools by the USDA, these acted more like suggestions or guidelines. Lunch ladies back then were just using whatever they could afford or have access to. And that's why you see such a wide variety of the different ingredients being used. But whether or not the pizza was made in a giant food facility and shipped out on trucks, made in a centralized kitchen location, or on site in school cafeterias, there was only one way to make pizza for that many children every week and in a way that was affordable and sustainable. And that was by using giant sheet pans and filling them edge to edge with crust, sauce, cheese, and sometimes toppings. Traditional pizza trays would have had limited use, and cutting perfect triangles would have been a nightmare at such an intense volume. Kids love pizza, and it has always met the nutritional guidelines set by our government, for better or worse. And just because insidious corporate incentives have allowed for our plastic trays to be occupied with ultra-processed sodium bombs, that doesn't mean it has to be that way forever. It's changed before, and it can change again. Change isn't always easy, and it does take a considerable amount of effort and a lot of hope, but it is possible. That's it for this video, and since you're here at the end, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe? I do want to get a YouTube plaque one day, so that way my kids think I'm cool, all right? And floating around my head is a very deep dive that I did into the political history of school lunch. If you thought this video was interesting, especially the part about politics, you'll love that. I'll see you again soon. Peace.
I could get, bro. Yeah, I'll throw the day away.
Baby proof in the gutters. Get down from there. This minute.
Hold up. I'm gonna want this one. Okay, wait. I'm gonna watch
Baby
the
proof
first
in the
one.
gutters. Get down from there. This minute. Okay.
Drake Bell and Josh Peck. They've grown up on The Amanda Show, battling lobsters, fending off frogs.
I've surrounded Mallory. I want to send Jiro crazy. I'm gonna come roll back with all pay. Some put on my new gun like yeah, her shit was my bitch right here. Yeah, right there. The location share on the way with sticks right now. We ain't never care. Uh, you look at me like I'm a young guy. Allah, thank God. Give me the talent now, nigga. Go hard. We ain't here, then we ain't bro. We are making clear bullet in the front line. Hey. All revere, hundred the money around. Fear cutting couple have tears. I heard name all on my phone. I even thought it some years. When the money coming in, you able to see what I got, nigga, how much you want to spend. Uh, 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 uh. Every day back, from the top, looking up to my rocks. With my rock, I'm blowing up the sprite in the crowd. Maybe I see, maybe I figure out color when I run it, cause all my niggas end up, it's so funny, cause hello, I'ma let it breathe, let it die slow. You say it won't let none of my niggas go. Let me easy for the talk, please. Look at me like I'm a young guy. Ah, thank God. Give me the talent now, nigga. Go hard. We all yard. We here. We here. Hard. Make a clear bullet in the front line. Alright. Revere. The British are coming at bar. Like, what the fuck? I need that shit Paul revered, nigga. I'm the greatest enemy, easy E, but the police stay on niggas home. You cannot put the big gulp in the Slurpee cup. That what he did? Oh, you can't put the Slurpee in the big gulp. That is fucked, though. Why would I give the Dasher $7? He could have 5, bro. Yeah. They're still trying to get me to give this nigga $7. DoorDash fight for that tip for their drivers. All that shit, never knew. His homie Doc can't let his name go out of vain. Queen. Seven in my veins. My baby a real geeker. My baby a real geeker. I'm the sissy. Looking trissy. I'm fizzy. Chicken trissy. I'm in a bag of advance. I'm in a bag of advance. 705. Can't be sipping on gin. I put diamonds in my mouth when I grin. Ain't gonna get back pussy, take it on the chin.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
This is major.
Where's Project Foreplay?
See, I got it.
Bro, Project Foreplay is so good. Is this dude dumb? It's just. You guys think to the motherfucking goddamn whip. Oh my god, bro. Hold on. I went at SVJ. That's what I told my base. Try to got sticks in it, motherfucker. Bro, that song is so good. This song is so good. What that SVJ? That's what I told my mate. I think I was tasting the motherfucking goddamn what? Okay, why is this? Why would he put this before SVJ though? Like. Why would you? I mean, it is Project Foreplay. Like I did, mama. Oh. Just gotta see some. Oh my God, no it. I want that SVJ. That's on my baby. Daddy got six to the muff. Oh my God, it's just so good. It's so good. I got purple. Yeah. Of the Instagram, other truth. Hey, other fuck bitch. I can tell that boy is dumb by the way he stay. I can tell that boy is dumb by the way he. The beat is fire. You gonna ride it, Jake? Till I fucking fire flat. You don't if I cut this shit out of my belt. Cut this shit out of my belt. Niggas don't worry about yourself. People that bitch know about it, big you nigga that big out about it. Everything funny that niggas will miss. Saying the dot tweet. How do I have another portal? I haven't killed the dragon yet. I'm like, when did I make this world? I'm about like a year and a half behind. Oh, I did kill the dragon. Everything funny, the niggas just yeah, them Glock sticks sweet. I need to stop listening to SD here, bro. Or at least the bad songs, bro. You going ready to the going slow. Fuck a pee long, I got big bank roll. Fuck a pussy bitch, cause that bitch a hoe. It's a brand new ring, we riding your home. Look back on his head, look back on his pussy, look back on his head, look back on his head, look back on his head, let's burn his head, let's burn. If it's not try like 15, that pussy like candy shop. I'm finna go and eat it. I was in the UK, the young nigga ended. I would have been there, her shit like that ended in the mood. I put the bad that bitch, I hold that bitch in a group. This bitch thick, the whole gang got food. This bitch thick as fruit, so I got a big ass booty. I'm about to pull that fuck, I wake up sometime they be moved. I want that SVJ. That's what I told my bae. Already got sticks in the mother freaking goddamn whip. Yo, Project Foreplay is just not as good as SVJ. This song, like, I could shed a fucking tear. That's oh my mate. Shorty got sticks in the freaking whip. Oof. That's oh my mate. Shorty got sticks in the motherfucking goddamn whip. What? 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 Okay. Maybe let's do it. I got a blizzard to clip my shit in. Let's see, man. I already knew that. I'm up. I can't care, man. I'm on that SVJ. That's what I told my bae. This in the motherfucking goddamn whip. And then so my drink. She on news. No, no. Bro, don't. Tell my nana, tell my shit on God. This is on bit. Have I been making stairs the wrong direction this whole time? Hold up, I got it. Huh. Nope, not falling for it. That's like some government propaganda. I want that SBJ. That's what I told my day. Already got stick to the mother freaking guy, dang whip. I should have got scaffolding. Already got sticks to the mother freaking goddamn whip. I gotta find my Drake. She like, okay, let's do it. What he say? She like, okay, daddy. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Shawty on God, slack. That one that SVJ. That's what I told my her. Ooh. Like, okay, daddy. You're like, okay, do it. Do it, do it. I got a brace in the camera, I'll shoot it. What's you, baby? I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I can't get me. That's what I told my babe. But you gotta taste in the motherfucking goddamn whip. That was my drink. Two-tone A easy, don't freezy. Bust down, Rolly, avalanche, and my old bitch average. That shit sucks. Niggas let him make money off that. Is it the game? Who that? Oh, I should watch this. Oh, never mind. I thought too soon. Rolls Royce, red Rolls, white
Rappers
ceiling.
sing freestyle for like.
You can't call him out like that. That's fucked up.
Red rose, white ceiling. No body, no casket, just blood spilling. I ain't a dead president, but I love millions. Red rose, white ceiling. No body, no caskets, just blood spilling. I ain't a new president, but I love.
Bro, that's how you know they not tap. Bro, you can't say anything. You can't call him out if you know, because you got to keep it going. And if you don't know, it sounds okay.
Love killing. Red rose, white ceiling.
Never mind, bro.
Nobody, no caskets.
Why we go back in time?
Yeah. Oh boy! Just that meat meal right here.
CJ, you know what I told my man? You should go sneak some motherfucking goddamn whip. I gotta clean my drink. She like, okay, daddy. I'm like, okay, man, let's do it. Okay, this VJ. That's what I told my babe. We got stick in the motherfucking goddamn what? I let her hold my drink. Okay, Eddie. I'm like, okay, maybe they do it. What I told my babe. They got sticks in the motherfucking goddamn with. I gotta hold my drink. I just lag spike. No. Nope, not this time, buddy. A little more agile next time, buddy. And what I told my babe, that he got 6 in the motherfucking goddamn whip. What am I supposed to do when these racks blue? What am I supposed to do when these racks blue? What am I supposed to do with these racks blue? How you feel talking? Too many hundreds get fit in the room. How many boo? What I'm supposed to do when these racks blue? What I'm supposed to do when these racks blue? What are you do? What I'm supposed to do when the rats blue? What I'm supposed to do when the rats blue? What you gonna do? You gonna shoot? You said fine, said shoot. What I'm supposed to do when the rats blue? What I'm supposed to do when the rats blue? What you gonna shoot? You gonna shoot? I know you ain't scared, fine, they ain't scared, shoot. On the best, okay, brand new key. And everybody pocket watch, and everybody pocket watch, and everybody watch. The fuck was that? I don't want no perk. That's all on my shirt. If you had to go work, you hear me twerk. And then work. If you hear me hurt, get your girl. You be trying to flirt. I tell her wait, wait. And she like, it don't matter. If it's a time to go getting money, getting fatter. Come in your hand, and a baby raised, and a thing. Maybe it's a two dog serving like a meat, you know I'm an anime. You think I'm a geek, I miss you kind of me. You see me on TV, hey, hey, and she didn't know, I bet it's a nigga getting money, getting fatter. Tell me fat, yo, lean back with the fatter. Everybody, I don't do no average, I don't do no average. Can I wait? Yeah, wait. Oh my god. What? Please don't spawn on top. No. These days I don't even know what a pet is these days. I forgot they were. Maybe I'm just too G for you. Maybe I'm just too street, bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I miscalculated. I miscalculated. They can have it. They can have it. I don't even need XP. I'm dead. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't even need XP for real. They can have it. How do I get out of here? Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh. I love me. I love you. Say you have me. And it's tragedy. Bitch, I need you drastically. I'm gonna go to my blow up. Maybe I'm sitting on throw up. Maybe I'm hitting on check up. Maybe I'm showing you a check up. Check up. You know, you can't get. You lay down the ass up. Even though I'm fucking on ass up. I'm gonna go get a pet wolf. He gotta die. The wolf gotta go. How do I get out? You know, biography. You gotta ride me. Not good bitch. I ain't gon' fuck nigga bitch. I know shit either, huh? I just ain't don't want the bitch. Tell me where I beat her, huh? Can't believe it, huh? And I'm shorty. I'm like Wardy. I just been New York boogie on. And knock your period on. Had that joke. You know, on my shoulder, huh? Everything know you hood, huh? Let me, young nigga, who on me, right? The G for you. Maybe I'm just a street bitch. I can go to sleep. Pulling on the beam. Trying to get me, I ain't got all my new IGs, please. I'm leaving G. I'm leaving. Yeah, out of me. Get a rag. Ain't go rap. Ain't no loyalty, you got at me. It's just alright. I mean, real. I know these girls and they looking so thick, but I got real racks to get. Real racks to get. We're gonna match the beam. Yes, I sleep in designer. Eating my cereal, wearing extra time, and so when I mean breakfast, I'm shining. Tony Hawk, Lil Uzi be gone. They dominate fishy and see right Simons. I'ma be Liddy. I'll wait till I'm 50, no matter if it's she trying to get with me. She's sucking Daytona, and every time that she goes to other feel like they hear me. At the least it's the first, I don't do no semi like I don't think first call. Oh, you. Oh. No, no. What the fuck is this doing? Okay, let's talk about that. Hate that. So make the ends off 8. And I'm reaching on debate. This shit sucks. But how? Are one of them in? So I don't. Got 16 hours and get done out. You don't tell me a bungo. Smoke so much, I don't know where my lungs go. Oh, my hoodie should look like punch out. I'm tall like hunch out. And disgusting. Has to do with me, got my taking rest. I don't know, this shit like a oven. This shit like a oven. This shit be busting. I ain't Hollywood do this shit with my cousin. And I came from the A545 butt. I let every diamond for you. Looking like the moon. Lose. Looking like the moon. It's not better than that. I put it all, take a man. Came up off a pink collar to mail my new author to the movie. We made a movie and brought another film. It's the time done us and this name beginning on one wheel, 12 o'clock. And I'm on gun clock. And I'm on one pill. Monday, Holy Sunday. Fuck, I time to chill. Get my legs on, get my paper, and get my trees. 1,000 perspective, 1,000 with me. Honey, over this, I gotta hate a feeling. Or start to. Okay, man, where's the look? Rest in my mind and I can't lose. I shouldn't have went amplified. Girls getting naked in my swimming pool. I wanna take you and your friends. Ooh. Listen, happy I'm the hit the news. I want it if it's the first that pussy lose.
And I like the topic of gooning. I find it interesting because I think that it's socially significant. I think that the sexually explicit content people consume, people are addicted to, can say a lot about where we're heading as a society and the landscape of modern dating. And it can play into all of these things.
Oh,
and I feel like a
shit.
lot of people
My DoorDash
like to kind
is
of
here. I just. That lamp's too dark. This 4K. Nope.
Dance around the topic of pornography or of gooning in general because it's not necessarily like a socially acceptable topic to talk about at the fucking dinner table. Like, you're not gonna be at a first date and be like, oh yeah, like your favorite color is green. What porn do you watch? You're not gonna do that. You get what I'm saying? And so people like to kind of dance around it. It's this like external thing that exists, but we need to fucking talk about it because so many young men are addicted to it. And I will say, like, I guarantee you there are young women addicted to it as well. It's not as acceptable for them to talk about it, or they probably just don't talk about it at all. Like
some of them don't. The real ones.
The porn industry has effectively hijacked a lot of young men's dopamine centers. They are addicted to gooning. And when I say gooning in this video, I'm not talking about like edging or whatever the fuck it actually means. I'm talking about just like the act of masturbation in general. Right. And masturbation is like historically significant. Humans have masturbated since the beginning of time. There are philosophers, well-known philosophers like Kant, like Diomedes, who fucking talk about gooning. They all had their own philosophical perspectives on gooning. And I was reading this book, which is a book that I had to read for my college classes. It's called Everybody Lies, but it's honestly like a really solid book. And in it, it basically talks about how like you can use Google search trends and you can use data from people's internet searches to deduce more about how people think than you can from simply surveying them or asking them, because people lie. And so the book, I guess one example would be like, talks about how Google search trends would have predicted Donald Trump's 2016 election win, despite the fact that almost every like survey company, like data analytics firm who surveyed people said that Hillary was going to win. And so that's like one example of what the book does. It essentially compiles Google search trends.
Who's gonna win eventually twice?
Puts them together to form different opinions and different I guess conclusions about how humans actually think. And there's this chapter that's dedicated to looking through people's like pornography searches and people's porn history. And they find that actually there's a lot of Freudian shit where it's like the top like 9 out of 100 searches
on like unprivate, right?
For men and women revolve around like incestuous activity when it comes to pornography. And they also talk about how like, for example, let me see it. Give me a minute. Give me a fucking minute. Okay. It's the most important.
I'll give her a minute. She's like, okay, daddy. She's like, okay, man, let's do it. She didn't do that. Come on, man. I want that SVJ. That's what I told my bae. Shorty got sticks in them with a freaking goddamn whip. Okay, I gave her a minute.
Never, it's out of that blah blah blah. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna. Okay, 25. This teacher and cheerleader are both in the top 4. Clearly, the early years of life seem to play an outsized role in men's adult fantasies. But I think that this reflects very, very deeply on what we see today, where it's like a lot of people, a lot of young women will start an OnlyFans the second they turn 18, and they make millions of dollars
for like a year.
Overnight. And it's because like men tie like their sexual desires with this like weird, I guess, aspect of their adolescence. But that's not necessarily what I wanted to make this video to talk about. I want to talk about how like gooning is incredibly, I'd say like it's useful as in it tells us a lot about society, but it's also dangerous because at the end of the day, porn companies are exploiting the innate human desire to be horny, and they are profiting off of it and exploiting it to get young men addicted to pornography, and it's incredibly harmful. And something that I was thinking about that I thought was really interesting was, like, there are these, I guess, manosphere type alpha male podcasts, like Fresh and Fit, right, where they usually invite like a panel of women, and the women are usually OF creators. They're not always, sometimes they're actual legit debaters, but they're usually, like, most of the time, they're OnlyFans creators.
When are they ever debaters?
They will fly them out, and they basically just sit there and dunk on them. They shit on them, they call them ugly, they call them washed up. They're like, oh, you're a single mother, you're a loser. They try to make them debate their points, but they get them drunk beforehand so that they can't necessarily articulate their points very well. And they essentially make these women look really stupid. And the Fresh and Fit podcast, all of these manosphere podcasts, they have a mostly male audience. And what's interesting to me is that, like, the same men who watch these podcasts where women are basically painted as stupid, women are painted as people who, like, cannot articulate their thoughts, who are disrespectable, who are, you know, the scum of the fucking earth. These are the same men who are then turning around and buying those women's OnlyFans subscriptions. Like, they would not go on the podcast.
Is she just figuring this out?
If that market overlap wasn't the same, it wouldn't be consistently like, oh, OnlyFans models only for like 5 fucking years on these podcasts. If the same men who were disrespecting women and did not think that women had like legitimate coherent thoughts, if those men weren't the same ones also then objectifying women to the extent that they will buy your fucking OnlyFans subscription. And it's so odd, the relationship between like disrespect and what you're sexually attracted to, especially in the male psyche. And I think that that is wholly a result of gooning and a result of the modern pornographic industry, right? Because like people used to goon to like fucking pictures. You can find gooner material from the 1800s. It's dead ass a pencil drawing of a naked woman. People used to goon to that shit. And if you wanted to get laid, if you wanted to actually see a real life woman naked, you couldn't just go to like, I don't know, Best Buy, buy a $200 fucking VR set and then experience that shit. You would have to like make something of yourself. You would have to like fucking chop wood for like a month, you know? Chop wood for a month, buy a shack, marry a woman, you'd have to like chop wood for the rest of your fucking life. That's what you had to do. You had to essentially make something out of yourself. But now it's like from the age of like, you don't even have to be of age.
I thought wait, what?
Like there aren't really age verification things on porn websites.
Oh. Chopping wood and like Playboy is like different.
Either like most states, you can be like a fucking 11-year-old and just go and see like all the naked women in the fucking world on this porn website, and that like hijacks, that does something to you mentally where you cannot like not objectify women. Like if you are an adolescent and you consume or see content like that, that has to have some sort of mental impact on you that makes you further objectify women. And that also leads me to talk about like something called the Madonna whore complex, which Freud also posited. Honestly, a lot of this video is just me being like, damn, Freud was right in a lot of ways, and people are not comfortable talking about it and are not comfortable admitting it. But honestly, it's like there's a semblance of truth to what he's fucking saying because the data proves it. Like the data proves that Freud was low-key kind of right. But also, okay, Freud had this thing called the Madonna whore complex. The Madonna whore complex essentially posits that that men view women and they categorize them in 2 buckets: the Madonnas and the whores. The Madonnas are like, oh, the woman you'd build a life with, the woman who's like a representation of purity, right? It's like someone who you would want to be the mother of your children. But because he respects the Madonna character, he cannot view her in a sexually promiscuous way. He cannot be as sexually attracted to her because she is an embodiment of purity and she is this like untouchable idea of like femininity to him. And then he has the whore, which is essentially like the woman that he is sexually attracted to, who he can be like sexually deviant with, who he does not associate with like his children and like all of these serious real life things. And I think that that rings true in a lot of the ways that I see men consume pornography and a lot of the ways that men think of women now, where they have like the hoes and the wifeys and all of this stuff. It's just Madonna whore complex repackaged. And I think pornography exacerbates the problem and makes it even worse. Like I truly think it does. I think porn is like dementing the minds of a lot of men. And but I do think like gooning is inevitable, right? Like it's a historical thing. Before men beat
Yo, Shawty's so. What did she say?
Women, they were gooning. Like, actually, I don't know.
What?
inevitable, right? Like, it's a historical thing. Like, before
I take it back.
men beat women, they were gooning. Like, actually, I don't know. I don't know if that's a historically accurate, but like, gooning has been around since the clay tablet. You get what I mean? Like, it's like monkeys fucking goon. Like, gooning is inevitable, but like, the ways in which we facilitate that gooning can have real life repercussions on our society. It can have real life repercussions on misogyny, on the way that men view all women as a fucking whole. Because I've seen like body cam footage of stalkers who will be like, no, women like being assaulted because I saw it in a porn video. And it's like, dude, like, that's not reality. But when there's so much content being churned out by these like predatory industries, it's hard for men to then internalize the fact that that's not reality. And I'd imagine like consuming that content from a really young age would also have detrimental effects on how you view women moving forward, because then you probably view like adult women as something that they're fucking not. Like, it's, and also that if that's your first experience with sexuality, which for a lot of young boys nowadays it probably is, it's like you're going to have a tainted idea of what all sexuality is. You just are going to. It's like, it's inevitable. But yeah, basically, is gooning bad for society? No. It can tell us a lot about society as a whole, but the ways in which companies exploit our—
Is it bad for young people? Yes.
Our fucking need, our historical precedent to goon is incredibly harmful. And that's pretty much all I have to say.
Films where everything feels so inevitable and all-consuming, and also not in the way that people talk about it as if it reorganizes your entire life. But I have had moments that feel close to it, that seemed like they could have been something if they had been given enough time. And I think that is part of the problem nowadays, because these moments that we experience that aren't yet love don't really go anywhere. They don't resolve into anything. You just kind of hold on to it and they accumulate over time. Yes. After a while, you start to notice that what you have is not the absence of love. It is a series of fragments that never fully connect to one another. They're brief periods of intensity and recognition and closeness, followed by distance or silence or some sort of interruption with that other person. And I think that those fragments begin to shape your understanding of connection itself, not as something that is continuous, but as something intermittent or something that kind of appears and disappears before it can deepen into anything stable. This pattern has become so normalized that people don't even question it anymore, even though it creates this very intense state of emotion, this emotional state where you are constantly close to something meaningful, but rarely inside of it long enough for it to feel secure. I think this is why the feeling isn't heartbreak exactly. It's not even loneliness, the way that we define it either. It's something that is more persistent. It's this sense that there is something more available than what you are currently experiencing in your life. And I think that's what people are actually describing when they talk about yearning, is not just wanting something or someone, but recognizing that something is possible while repeatedly falling short of it. The structure of modern dating almost guarantees this kind of fragmentation.
I hate a yearn. Like, I go home.
Where everything
like she in the club and shit. What the fuck?
Begins quickly, it escalates quickly, and then just as quickly it becomes entirely dissolved. So instead of building something slowly over time, people are moving through these compressed experiences of connection that feel significant in the moment, but they don't sustain themselves long enough to become anything that is stable. So what you're left with is not a lack of experience, but a lack of continuity. You've felt these things. You've connected with people. You have had moments that have mattered to you, but they exist in isolation from each experience and each other. And without that continuity, it becomes difficult to develop any real sense of what it means to stay
Not gonna lie, don't drunk.
Or what it means to be known over time, or let something deepen beyond its initial intensity. Over time, this begins to change what you expect from connection because you start to anticipate the ending before.
Hey. Let's do it.
This is the greatest
I
piece
hate
of
this nigga, bro. Nah, where's this tier list, bro? You suck. Okay.
information you're about to learn.
You just be so like. You can't wait to generalize, bro. Yo, news. Shit. Can he drop the tier list, bro? Oh my god,
This is
asking to hold her hand. Oh my. Right. But I got that right.
Welcome everyone to lesson 1 of my Ascension framework.
Is this
and
real?
Today we're going to be reviewing coloring.
Is this
exactly
AI?
what you guys can do. Because first off, right off the bat, we want to have an immediate ascension, right? And that's going.
Is this posthumous? What is it?
Welcome everyone to lesson
Is Clav alive, bro?
One of my Ascension framework, and today we're going to be reviewing coloring, exactly what you guys can do. Because first off, right off the bat, we want to have an immediate ascension.
Why
right?
are we using copyrighted instrumentals, bro?
Going to be provided to you through improving your coloring. Coloring is by far the easiest way to make an instant overnight ascension, so let's figure out how to do that. So the first thing that we need to do is analyze our skin tone, figure out where we are, and then figure out where we're trying to get to. So as most of you know, the skin is going to adapt and create more melanin when you're exposed to UV, but UV is quite damaging, so how do we counterbalance this? Well, first off, let's identify.
We're not gonna go outside. We're gonna pin. We're gonna pin till our.
Identify where we are on this chart, right? So are we super light? Are we trying to reach a more tan color? Or are we super dark and we're trying to actually depigment a little bit? Because we're trying to get to somewhere in the middle, this olive shade. It's going to be the most ideal. Again, this is not a racist concept. This is widely studied. There's a lot of surveys on sexual preference. So you can listen to me or you could review the studies, but there's no point in coping about it. The next thing that you guys need to understand about your coloring is what's called undertone.
Is he alive? What the fuck is this?
What's going on, guys? I just want to sit down. It's pretty early in the morning. I just woke up and, you know, talk to the camera a little bit.
Dude, that video is like he
Style
died
because,
before.
You know, I feel like, you know, a lot of the stuff can get lost in translation, you know, because people are throwing together short form clips of me out of context, you know, and a lot of fans like to sort of write the script on what's going on for me, which I don't always appreciate.
Okay,
right? So,
elaborate.
for some fucking reason,
Brandon.
you know, the whole Cookieverse thing. It's cool, it's fun, you know, there's a lot of people going around, but people are thinking, you know, oh, Clav is such a well-written character. Clav is so entertaining. He's so unique. And, you know, while I appreciate that, you know, understanding that there's, you know, quite a lot of depth to my story, I am not a fucking jester for your amusement, right? I am not a character. This is not some fucking TV show, right? Where I'm coming on here trying to entertain you motherfuckers. This is the cruel, hard world. So I'm done with this fucking title being thrown around. All right? Well-written character, okay? You think this shit is a fucking joke? We live in one of the worst societies ever throughout the entire history of the world. Quite literally. You have to be in the top percentile to even be looked at with a shred of romance, with a shred of attraction by women in this day of age. So it is quite brutal. It is quite unnecessary. So when people are sitting there on TikTok like, oh, wow, you know, this edit of Clav is cool, or Clav said this, or Clav, oh, he's such a crazy guy. Motherfucker, do you think that I'm doing this shit as a fucking form of entertainment when I have to stay up for 3 days in a row, high on crystal meth, right? Trying to suppress my appetite and get hollow cheeks, right? Is that supposed to entertain you? Because this is real shit, all right? The fact that I even can't, I can't even talk to people without some sort of fucking, you know, version of
Brandon, I'm trying to pack a bowl and you're talking about Chris. Never mind, bro, because that just it sounds like I'm one of y'all, bro. Three days in a row.
You know,
I'm running that back.
Clav is cool, or Clav said this, or Clav, oh, he's such a crazy guy. Motherfucker, do you think that I'm doing this shit as a fucking form of entertainment when I have to stay up for 3 days in a row, high on crystal meth, right? Entertainment when I have to stay up for 3 days in a row, high on crystal meth, right? Trying to suppress.
Yo, his nose, the asymmetry on his nose.
My appetite.
His nostrils, bro. Looks like a fucking hog.
And get hollow cheeks, right? Is that supposed to entertain you? Because this is real shit, all right? The fact that I even can't, I can't even talk to people without some sort of fucking, you know, version of you know, benzos. I need fucking alprazolam just to be able to have a conversation like a normal person. Is that supposed to be entertaining to you? Okay, right? So this shit is, you know, hell for me. So I ain't here to entertain you motherfuckers.
Is this AI?
I am here to looks max. I am here to fucking ascend. This has never been a game. This has never been a joke, a version of jester maxing. I am just trying my best to deal with the horrible conditions of the world, right? So I don't really like the fact that this is going on. You know, now with that being said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I am going to accept the terms and conditions of, you know, the modern dating market. I'm going to do
What about the fucking crystal?
whatever it takes, because, you know, while I could sit here and complain for 10 minutes, that doesn't mean I'm gonna ladar and say, oh, it's over. I'm just going to acknowledge that, hey, I've got my fucking work cut out for me, and there's a lot of shit that I've got to do in order to make this whole thing work. But when people take that hard work, you know, and think it's all just some game, just some big show, just some big act.
Is this AI?
Right? To be a TikTok personality, it's like, no. I only do TikTok. I only make these videos because I was so dedicated to look
Where's the watermark?
and trying to tell people what I was doing, share my story, see if I could be, maybe a bit of an inspiration in a weird way at first to people, with blasting gear. This is what I did. I hopped on steroids at 14 years old, which everyone says, hey, Clav, you're fucking insane. But now, I'm seeing every motherfucker do it because people are realizing, after I realized, the times are changing, right? If you're 5'8", no one's even looking at you.
You're not gonna get taller, nigga.
Invisible. So people would rather, get to a height that is acceptable and take gear to do so than have some normie retard tell them, oh, that's so dangerous. People don't give a fuck anymore. People are done giving a fuck. So that's what I'm saying. So when I took
only
that
4
extreme
minutes
measure,
in.
At first, everyone in my eyes, oh, you're a crazy motherfucker. This guy's out of his mind. But now they're all asking me for, oh, yeah, hey, man, how do I take HGH? So, just because I'm ahead of the times now, doesn't mean I'm crazy, right? I'm not fucking crazy.
He is not
I
yet.
might be a little bit over the line in some ways, some of the stuff that I do, but I am just trying to, capitulate and deal with the stress, deal with the burden that, women in today's hypergamous dating market have put on me. The strenuous nature of women in 2025, it is absurd, and I really can't deal with it, okay? So that's led me to do, unreasonable things. That's led me to usage of amphetamines to prolong my fasting. That's led me to, GABA A agonism through less than practical mechanisms. So yeah, I'm ahead of the times now, but wait another 5 years, when I'm talking about my surgery, oh, this guy's crazy, this guy's out of his mind. Literally, they were saying this shit about me 5 years ago when I started taking steroids, when I started taking human growth hormone at a young age. Every motherfucker, okay? But now that the dating market has progressed in such a negative way, okay, I am just making the necessary adjustments. I need double jaw surgery. I need it yesterday, and I'm getting it. There's no normie, there's no amount of cope that can convince me otherwise, okay?
What was that subtitle?
Surgery, and it goes well, people are going to realize, hey, maybe this guy, once again, maybe he's just ahead of the times.
Is this real?
Mark my words now. 5 years from now, you come back to this video when I am the first one. I am the pioneer of mainstream plastic surgery for men's aesthetics, okay? You'll come back to this video, and every motherfucker will have some sort of titanium implant in their face and some sort of osteotomy go down. Rhinoplasties are being handed out like it's fucking food stamps. Okay, so just come back. Mark my words.
Yeah, he said rhinoplasties are being handed out like they're food stamps. Yo, hold up. Let me sub to this Clive channel, bro. Cause I gotta keep tabs, bro. I gotta keep tabs.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video.
Bro, the fact he's unbanned on Twitch is just so funny to me, bro. It's because he doesn't stream on Twitch. But he needs somewhere to link on collab. This guys. They don't got. CJ. Oh. I got hit on motherfucker. I got straight. You're like, okay, get it. Get it. I'm like, okay, baby, they do it. Baby, they do it. Bitch on bitch, I'll shoot it. I got bitch in the coop, I shoot it. She baby. I'm a baby. Baby. Okay, baby. Baby. Yeah. I don't even bite. Alright. Alright. I went at VJ. I got sticks in the motherfucking goddamn whip. I got on my Drake. Grab my goddamn braid. How do I save? That's my other character. I want to SJ. What? My baby. I got this in my goddamn. Hey, I'm gonna. Oh, I almost went back. How do I? I'm gonna SJ. But what do you guys do? She get a head like a MAGA hat. She get a head like a MAGA hat. Oh. Hey. Bro. Why are you gonna hurt? She got that head like a mug head. I'm gonna do it on radio. I'm gonna do it on radio. Look at you kill, babe. I could tell. This one, come on, yeah. I don't give a fuck about labels. You nigga rapping. I like he from a Boston. They never did none of that shit. I shoot on site. I got big fire. I got big fire. I got big fire. All right. On this hot water, it's a mango margarita. Like you said, nigga, shot. Okay, that's a Jersey kill. He's not out right now. I got just my number. I'm ending Twitch stream.
I've been in Atlanta with them.